Hi there, my name is Kevin Taylor, and this is another episode of Trophy Comics where I'll be showcasing 15 award-winning comic books. I'll be showcasing 5 DC comics, 5 Marvel comics, and 5 independent comics. And this is a selection of books that I've selected from my collection. And I've got some new books here, and I've got some older books. And yeah, I'm just going to get on and show this haul. And basically, I've arranged them in alphabetical order. So the first one I'd like to show is this one. Here we have Alias, issue number 10, by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos. And this book was number 99 on Wizard the Comic Magazine's 100 Best Single Issues Since You Were Born. And it's a list of books that spans from 1976 to 2006. And this is a really, really neat one. And this one was released by Marvel Comics Max, which was like an adult imprint of Marvel Comics for adults only. So yeah, really, really neat. And this is a book you can find for really cheap and has an amazing story. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So that's Alias number 10. That's number 99 on Wizard the Comic Magazine's 100 Best Single Issues Since You Were Born list. And I'm collecting all those 100 issues, back issue list books. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, well, the next one I'd like to show is a DC comic. And here we have Gotham Central, issue number 11, featuring a really cool Batman romance cover. And basically, this book won a Squiddy Award for Best Short Story in 2003 for a story called Daydreams and Believers. That was written by Ed Brubaker and featuring art by Brian Hurt. Ed Brubaker is a really cool crime noir writer, and he's worked on many series, like highly acclaimed series like Criminal and Sleeper. He also done Eisner Award-winning original graphic novel Pulp, and he's also worked on like 100 Bullets. So yeah, he's a really, really cool crime writer, and he wrote this issue. And this one won the Squiddy Award for Best Short Story in 2003 for a story called Daydreams and Believers. So yeah, really, really nice. And yeah, also, if you're searching for this book in the back issues, also keep your eyes out for Gotham Central issue number 6. That features a story called Half a Life, part 1, as that book is number 59 on Shelf Dust's 100 Best Single Issues Comics list. And I've actually got that book, and I was going to show that book in this haul, but I couldn't find it. So I misplaced it somewhere. So I need to find it, and I'll show it again. Well, I'll show that book in another future haul. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, so the next book I'd like to show is another DC comic book. And this one is Harley Quinn Future State, issue number 1. And this is a book I awarded a Trophy Comics Award to for inspiring comic book cover for Derek Chew. Because basically this comic book cover here actually inspired a collectible statue. So yeah, really, really neat. So yeah, really, really cool cover on this one. And it's another book you can find for like cover price. So yeah, very, very nice. That's Harley Quinn Future State, issue number 1, featuring a Derek Chew cover. And it's Trophy Comics Award winner for inspiring comic book cover. And I'll show you the art a bit more closer there. So yeah, really, really nice. Okay, right, the next one I'd like to show is Hawkeye, issue number 11. And this book here won an Eisner Award for Best Single Issue in 2014. And this book was written by Matt Fraction. So yeah, really, really neat. And it features art by Adja and Matt Hollingsworth, I believe. And yeah, this one features a story called Pizza Is My Business. And basically, this story features Lucky the Pizza Dog. And the story is actually told from the perspective of Lucky the Pizza Dog. So yeah, really, really neat issue. And this one won an Eisner Award in 2014 for Best Single Issue Story. So yeah, for Pizza Is My Business. So yeah, very, very nice. Okay. Right, and there is a second print to find of that issue as well. That's much more scarcer. Okay, right, the next one I'd like to show is this one. And here we have My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, issue number 88. And this is the last issue of IDW's series before it became My Little Pony Season 10. And basically, I awarded this book a Trophy Comics Award for comic book deserving of wider recognition. And there are some amazing retailer incentive covers available for My Little Pony comic books. And they're really cool. If you can find them for really cheap, then I recommend you picking them up, as there's a huge fan base for My Little Pony. And also the last issues tend to have very much lower print runs than the previous issues. So, and basically, yeah, and not a lot of people or collectors might not realise that IDW actually done a season 10 cartoon show in comic book form. So issue number 89 is actually season 10 issue, was it? Yeah, season 10 episode number 1. And I've actually got that book here actually, but this is actually a reprint, and this is a book that I awarded a comic book worthy of a reprint. And basically this reprints issue number My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 89, which is season 10 episode number 1. So, and it's a season that lasted for 14 issues. It goes right up to, was it 15 issues? It goes up to issue number 104. So keep your eye out for those My Little Pony season 10 issues, as there are some really fantastic incentive covers. And as I said, if you can find any like My Little Pony incentive covers for cheap, then I recommend picking them up. So yeah, really, really neat. And I awarded this book, and of course My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 89, a comic book deserving of wider recognition, and also a Trophy Comics Award for comic book worthy of a reprint. So yeah, really, really neat. So yeah, really pleased to have these My Little Pony books in my collection. So yeah, and that last one I showed was a free comic book day issue from 2020. So yeah, really, really neat. And of course there's issue number 88, the last issue of the regular series, so before it goes into season 10. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay, the next one I'd like to show is this one. And here we have a really neat Disney comic. And I haven't taken the label out of this actually. Just give me one moment. Now, I've ordered this book from Australia. And it's quite cool because the film itself is actually based in Australia. And I'm just going to take the ticket out of here. And I bet you'll actually give me a sticker as well. Okay, so it's really, really neat. Just give me a moment. I'm just going to sort of get this wrapped up, back up again, so it's presentable. There we go. It's a Disney comic. Here we are for The Rescuers Down Under, and this is a movie adaptation. And I've got the Blu-ray here. And as a kid, and as an adult actually, I'm still a big fan of the original Rescuers movie. And they also done like the Rescuers Down Under is actually the sequel, and they're both available to watch on Disney Plus, and they're amazing Disney films. And yeah, I actually see Rescuers originally when it first came out in cinemas, and I watched it again later, about 10 years later when they re-released it. So yeah, it's really, really cool. They're really, really cool films. And yeah, this was a really neat one, and I actually purchased this book from Australia as well, so that's really cool. And it was the only copy I could find online at the time. And The Rescuers Down Under has actually won numerous movie awards. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have this add this book to my collection. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So yeah, that's The Rescuers Down Under from Disney Comics. So yeah, very, very nice. And you've got Bernard and Bianca there on the cover. Really, really neat. So yeah, very, very cool. Okay, right, the next one I'd like to show, and there is a number of other books in that Disney series, and they've got like Jungle Book and Snow White and White Fang, and there's I think they've done a Little Mermaid as well, so keep your eye out for those Disney comics in the back issues. Okay, so the next one I'd like to show is a Robin Hood annual, The Swarm, and this one's a really, really cool one, as this one is another Robin Hood comic book off my checklist. Robin Hood won a Zenny Award for Best Character of the Year in 2021. And she also won a Zenny Award for Best Character of the Year in 2022. So yeah, this is a really, really neat one. And as I said, this is another Robin Hood comic book off my checklist. And this is another one off the list that I wanted to show. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So yeah, and this is a one-shot issue, of course. So yeah, very, very nice. And I'm collecting a complete like 2-year story set of Robin Hood books. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, right, the next one I'd like to show is this one. And here we have a comic book that's released by DC Vertigo. And here we have Scout, issue number 35. And basically this one features a story called Listening to the Earth Turn. And this book is number 60 on Shelf Dust's 100 Best Single Issues Comics. And it's a list of books that I'm also collecting. And yeah, this is another one off my checklist. So yeah, really, really neat. So yeah, and this one was released in March 2010. So yeah, really, really cool. This could be a tricky book to find in high grade actually, because of the black cover. So yeah, it's a really, really neat one with a highly acclaimed story called Listening to the Earth Turn. And it's number 60 on Shelf Dust's Best Single Issue Comics list. Okay, so yeah, really, really cool. And it's another book you can find for really cheap. So yeah, really, really neat. Okay. Right, the next book I'd like to show is another DC comic book. I don't think this was a Vertigo book. I think this is just a regular DC comic series. And this is Starman, issue number 11. And this book features a story called 13 Years Ago, 5 Friends, A Tale of Times Past. And this book is number 14 on Wizard the Comic Magazine's Best Single Issue Since You Were Born list from 1976 to 2006. So it's another highly acclaimed story that you can find for really, really cheap, featuring the Justice Society of America. So I'm just going to move it a bit closer, this one, so you can see the art, because the bag it's in is a little bit crinkly. So there you go, really, really neat cover and story. So yeah, very, very nice. And that's Starman, issue number 11, written by Paul Robinson, I believe. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, right, the next one I'd like to show is this one. And here we have a Star Wars comic. And here we have Star Wars, The Screaming Citadel, issue number 1. And there are a number of variant covers available for this issue. But this issue here won a Diamond Gem Award in 2017 for Licensed Comic Book of the Year. So it's an award-winning comic book series for all you Star Wars fans out there. So, and this book features an early crossover story between like Star Wars and Dr. Aphra, the Dr. Aphra series. So yeah, really, really nice. So yeah, another book I'm really pleased to have in my collection. So yeah, and it's another book you find for cover price. So, and as I said, keep an eye out for those variants also. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, right, the next one I'd like to show is this one. And here we have The Walking Dead free comic book day issue. And this one's a really neat one, as this book was a Diamond Gem Award winner for Best Free Comic Book Day in 2013. And also, this book is number 13 on CBR's Best Free Comic Book Day Original Stories. And I've also awarded this book a Trophy Comics Award for More Value for Money comic book. So yeah, really, really neat comic book. The cover's not the greatest, but as the old saying goes, you can't judge a book by its cover. So yeah, really, really neat. So yeah, really, really cool, highly recommended comic book. And that's The Walking Dead Special Free Comic Book Day 2013. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay. Well, the next one I'd like to show is this one. And here we have a Wonder Woman comic book. And this is Wonder Woman DC Rebirth, issue number 4. And this issue features a story called Year 1 Part 2. And is number 42 on Shelf Dust's 100 Best Single Issues Comics list. And I've also awarded this book a Trophy Comics Award for comic book worthy of a reprint, as I believe this issue was also reprinted as a free comic book day issue. So yeah, this is a really, really cool book you can find for cover price with a really, really cool story. So yeah, it's another one off my Shelf Dust 100 Best Single Issues Comics list. So yeah, very, very nice. So yeah, and of course I've got the Wonder Woman Blu-ray movie here to the right hand side. Really, really neat. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. Okay, right, the next book I'd like to show is this one. Here we have X Factor, issue number 87. And this one is a really, really cool one, as this one won a CompuServe Comics and Animation Forum Don Thompson Award for Best Single Issue for a story called Examinations. And this book features The Origin of Strong Guy. It is written by Peter David with art by Joe Quesada and Al Milgrom. And this book featured on Wizard of Comics magazine's Best Single Issue Since You Were Born list from 1976 to 2006. And it was also number 40. Number 40 on that Wizard list. And it was also featured on Marvel's 100 Greatest Single Issues. And it was at number 97 on the Marvel's list. So yeah, really, really cool, amazing story that you can find for really cheap. And yeah, highly acclaimed. And it's another book you can find for cover price. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So that's X Factor number 87. So yeah, really, really cool. Okay, and we're up to our last book now, everyone. Okay, and the last book I'd like to show is this one. And here we have X-Men, issue number 6. And this one was from volume 5. And it was released in February 2020. And this book was ranked number 7 on CBR's 10 best single issue comic stories of the modern age. So yeah, really, really a highly acclaimed story that you can find for cover price. And I believe this issue also has some variant covers available. So keep your eye out for those issues. So yeah, really, really neat. Okay, so before I go, I want to give a few shout outs. I'll give out 5 shout outs in my videos. So yeah, the first shout out I'd like to give is to Night Tiger Comics. I'd also like to give a shout out to the Martian Comic Hunter. I'd also like to give a shout out to, who should I give a shout out to? Comic Book Chip. I'll give a shout out to Unruly Simeon. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Kirsty Taylor 886, who is my wife on and she's got an Instagram channel and she collects Scotty Young and movie homage covers. So yeah, check out our Instagram and also check out everyone's YouTube channels. So until the next video, take care everyone. Okay, be safe out there. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.